When you fuck with somebody with money, you're fucked. You can run, but you can't.
You're in my world now!
We battle with the gods under a million stars. We battle with the gods under a million stars. We battle with the gods under a million stars. There's lion blood in my chalice, a goat heart in the balance. I speak in italics, discussing these chances. In the Eiffel Tower of Paris, my chariot, the color is metallic. A wonderland to Alice, it's all blunder and malice. Best talent that's combined with magic. Behind the static, there's voices in the shadow. The only choice is battle. Hop into Hellcat and skedaddle. They watching King Kong climb the Tower of Babel. Ignore every Eve trying to give me an apple. The little rascal that can't be canceled. In the courtyard of my castle, these hens doing nothing but cackle. Now they walking in my chapel with candles that's lit. Definitely with the shits, cause we handle it. Commit with the building that is brick by brick. Old Mac, big head, can't tell me shit. Capoeira with the spiral kick, spit hieroglyphs when the tyrants sit at the Coliseum. Whether spies or allies, I know them when I see them. Greet them with an olive branch, that's for the treason. Watch Pocahontas rain dance for the season. Is he still breathing after the execution? They blame spirits and start the accusing, and then survive every disaster and delusion. Supreme mathematics, the author of confusion. Niggas be cheating and they still losing. Bones in my blank keep me tuned and influenced by the moon sin. A lunatic in the truant skin, a boogeyman with a heart like a ruby gem. A whirlwind, I twirl in the middle of tornadoes. Between riddles and fables, keep my Glock on the table. Shot of scotch keeps me stable. Watching divas belly dance with diamonds in their navel. We rode on sound waves that was wavy for a label. And while you getting hung by the TV cable, I was ready and able. The black amour that raised you from the grave to the cradle. We battle with the gods under a million stars. We battle with the gods under a million stars. We battle with the gods under a million stars.
When you fuck with somebody with money, you're fucked. You can run, but you can't hide. You have never met anybody like me, and you probably never will. Cause you're a cunt. Where's the vagina cream? I give you this vagina cream so you can rub it on your snatch. Cause that's life, guys and gals. Nobody gives a fuck about your... Nobody.
Fret not, you niggas is in the best spot. Perfect example of what a nigga best not. Fix his body in position and mind in submission to accept being bitches. Nigga, this is a different jurisdiction. We on top of this one. Money, my religion, trade federal commissions. Nigga, you delinquent, chronic tax evasion. Caught him lackadaising, he thought I couldn't fade him. Big dough, I'm from everybody paying, killing everything they saying if it ain't about a payment. Universal commercial code financing statements, CUSIP numbers, general obligations. The expert, national treasurer, reader of the ledger, extender of expenditures. Hands all in your pockets, nigga, I've been insurers. X amount of cash outs until the counts is in the norm. Form to fill out for that exempt tax, and they ask for a pass and then slide without tapping in. It's blasphemy, the acting and posturing. It's a counterfeit, the game flooded cause of them. It's a bunch of them fucking up the sustenance. I'm up with the sun, top of the AM functioning. Checking the cease and expenses. Lucrative business, taxing bitch niggas who try to mimic this. Debits and credits, indigenous express shit. Hit a lick and throw up the set quick. Check it out, a lot of dough to be made, and likewise, cause there's still a lot of dough to be paid to operate on the world stage. Turn the page, the table's over. We getting over till it's over for you. Weird socially engineers is out of here, and real original hairs is on
and
top of here.
I'm not here to insult your ethnicity, but I will. I'm not here to insult your religion, but I will. Because in the real fucking world where nobody gives a fuck, you want to fit in. You want people to like you. Why? Because you had poor fucking role models.
And I'm trying to give you a fucking template to fight off that loser. Goddamn, like the devil's gonna make me do it. Gotta fight that loser off. When I tell you the world's over, brother, it's over. Because if you're the best we got on this planet, you're gonna take responsibility for the first time in your fucking lives.
When I tell you there's 31 days in February, there's fucking 31 days in February. When I tell you the fucking sun's not coming up, the motherfucking sun's not coming up.
Did the rap game just become a cesspool of snitches? Werewolves and witches, interviews in 60 minutes, complaints about business, who's dissing, tools blicking, who's the last dragon or the show enough? Hold up, niggas mugshot be looking funny as fuck. They wanna dress up and get a tummy tuck and claim they be rolling up. Get a bunch of holes in your truck. The AR got that Rambo clutch. Just touch the deposit and the routing number on a bitch's ass, just like a bounty hunter. No, we didn't stutter. They wonder because their brain got cluttered. They left that in the gutter that is under the bridge. Hope you not minding the stench. Ain't nobody quite grinded like this. With all that reckless eyeball and keep your mind to your bitch. In the Southwest, we make them dig their own ditch. Shouts out to LA, they get bigger or rich. Make it make sense. They rich but penny pinch. So I screw this ratchet with the heavy wrench. Stay steady shit. This the stay ready click. Never be a day I switch. Hold her hand, I might mack on your bitch. If the shoe fits, wear it and just be glad they lost all their bands. Now they shaking hands and taking stands. Then behind the wall they need a colostomy bag. He went to Hollywood and dressed in a drag just to get paid. Each a which away. To my dismay, they is still bitch made. Catch a shade in the fade, then they claim to be made. Yeah, that'll be the day when pigs fly from Hawaii to Bed-Stuy. But then they lies comply with the FBI. I make them obese squeezing this healthy nine.
Nobody is better at this than me.
The world is irretrievable. The world is going in the shitter.
Embarrassed to be a human being. See everybody fucking whining like bitches. I'm fucking embarrassed.
Fucking never. If I live to be 1,000,000 years old, I'd never do this again. Because this is a thankless fucking job. Because you're all worthless. I was smart, you know, and the truth will make you free. That's what they told me.
That's what they told me. Yeah, but not now. And when I was coming up, they said the truth will set you free. At least that's what they told me. But not now. And that is the motherfucking truth, man. Shouts out to the nigga Dan Pena on the hook. You know, if you don't know who Dan Pena is, go look him up. Many billions. I watched the Trump versus Kamala last night. Hilarious. It was funny. You know, let's clear up something though real quick that I thought was pretty outlandish. Well, I didn't think it was outlandish. I know what people were doing when they need to survive. So they say the immigrants are they said the immigrants are over here barbecuing the cats and the dogs in the neighborhood. They went to your local park and they have defeathered the duck. They roasted the duck. Do you understand? And the ducks have been fed well. They've been fed well off of the Wonder Bread, okay? And the Nature's Own, you know, the honey sweet bread, okay? So the ducks at the local park are nice and fat. They should taste good. The Chinese have the duck stew. They have the duck meals. Okay, I remember when I was a kid and my whole family went to a restaurant and it was a Chinese restaurant. And my sister, you know, she liked to be a little out there sometimes. You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, I want to order the duck. She ordered the duck and ate the duck and was throwing up for a whole fucking week. I remember that shit. That shit taught me a lesson, nigga. You better be careful about these here foods, okay? The cultural line of what you want to eat, you better watch that shit. My gut is not your culture dish for experimentation. We not doing none of that. So when I go to the Chinese restaurant, I'm either eating the sweet and sour, the General Tso, and we gonna keep it at an egg roll, my nigga. Anything else, we not fucking around. We not fucking around with none of your mysterious bullshit. I'm not like who is that white dude that was going all across the world eating all the fucking different meals and shit, man. Fuck all of that. Have your ass goddamn ass blasting at the house, running to the doctor. We not gonna do none of this. None of this. We gonna keep it original. Cheese and grits in the morning with the egg and the grits. That's it. We gonna do a bowl of cereal, nigga. We're not gonna do none of your weird ass consuming. Is what we ain't gonna do. Yeah, man, that shit is scary, man. I mean, like Chinese girls be cute sometimes, but I remember during the pandemic, they was showing all them videos of them Chinese girls, bitch, eat a turtle head. The turtle was alive. I said, oh, Lord Jesus. I said, where is the Lord? We need the Bible up in here because you niggas have lost your goddamn mind. Okay, let me tell you something. I'm not finna eat no fucking turtle or motherfucker eat a goddamn salamander and shit, barbecuing the salamander. You done lost your motherfucking mind in here. We not finna eat none of this shit. You better get this shit off my plate. You gonna make a nigga get violent. No, I don't do no shrimp. 720 don't eat no shrimp. No. 720 don't eat no shrimp. I don't eat no lobster. I don't eat no crab. We don't do none of that New Orleans shit. I don't eat. Yeah, we not touching no squid. We not. And it's funny you said that, the squid. I remember when I was doing the YouTube, I had gained a lot of female fans that were and I need a lot of female fans back. I don't like looking at my analytics and it's nothing but niggas watching my shit. Like, what the fuck is that? So shouts out to the ladies. She said something in the beginning of the video. Tasha Thompson, appreciate you for showing up. Oh, beautiful. Okay. She got the Felicia Rashad kick going over here. Okay. So, yeah, appreciate the ladies in the house. We need more ladies in here. But, yeah, I remember 10 years ago, I was attracting a lot of dominatrix women. Was watching my videos. So I got to talking to them. And come to find out, all of these broads had a similar diet. Because when I talk to somebody, we going to do the full scan. We going to nigga, who the fuck is you and where the fuck you come from? Because you niggas out here in the world be coming from some concoctions. You understand? And I don't, and I'm not saying that like I'm the holy one. I'm not perfect. Please remove that. 720 is not perfect. You dig what I'm saying? But boy, a lot of individuals be putting on that makeup because they come from the depths of hell on this motherfucker. A lot of motherfuckers be putting on that cologne because they come from great dinosaur shit pile. You ever seen dinosaur shit pile? That shit embarrassed. I mean, not embarrassed, but that shit, that was a traumatic moment for me. When the Jurassic Park movie came out, the motherfucker and he was like, yeah, this dinosaur shit. The shit pile was 10 feet tall. I said, oh my God. I was done. My brain as a child, the virgin mind of the children. You don't put images like that in front of the children, man. I was fucked up. I said, man, this is shit, man. Do you see how tall? Man, stay away, bro. But back to what I was saying. I attracted a lot of dominatrix type bitches. So, and they were scattered all across America. And I had kind of, we was talking to him. I was talking to him over the phone and, picking their brains and shit about life and shit. How do you get to the stage of being a dominatrix, And all of them said that they ate squid and octopus. You eating the octopi up in this motherfucker, bitch? Get the fuck away from me. Like, I'm not, you got to watch this shit, because the female might have a crazy ass diet. Now, you know, I don't know what niggas be doing. I don't give a fuck about what no nigga be doing. I be paying attention to the opposite gender. You dig what I'm saying? And motherfucker have nasty ass diets, man. Just be eating anything, the oyster out the shell, you nasty motherfucker. Like, oh, parasites, nigga, is what you got wiggling all up in your shit. See, anybody who eats shit like that don't understand science. You know, and if you don't appreciate sciences, you damn sure ain't finna appreciate the science of money. Okay, because money is a science, banking is a science. You understand the monetary sciences. You understand anybody eating that goddamn shit, sucking down the squid and the shrimp basket and the fucking, get the fuck away from me. Catfish. I don't want to even communicate with you because I understand that you don't have, you know, a science in your processing, nor do you have a control or an investigation skill. The dog and the cat has a better brain than you because the dog and the cat will sniff at some shit before they go fucking eating it. They'll go sniff it, they'll go look and pat that motherfucker, see what this motherfucker gonna do. But your human ass just sucking down shit, man. No. That's not what we're going to do here. You understand? This is volatile. You have no control, you know, and when you ain't got no control, the planet gonna place the control on your ass, put your ass up in jail for all that stupid shit you doing. You see what I'm saying? These are the things that incorporate the I remember one time, and always remember this about the ladies. A real woman will investigate what you eat and immediately change her diet to your structure, to your diet, if she loves you and wants to be involved with you. You know, because I remember one time I was dealing with this shorty, and I just met her, so you know, I'll you know, if you really something I want, I'll be like, okay, let's run some tests. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, yeah, you know, you are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, even me lately, I ain't even gonna lie. I eat beef a little bit more than I've ever have. I haven't eaten beef for like 10, 20 years. And the reason being is because it is a communal food. The cow is communal. The bull and the communal, they all mob together. They cheweth the cud, okay? And they hang together, and the bull is ferocious. So we could do that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a Leo. And Leo is a lion, and the lion animal is the only carnivore of the whole zodiac. That just hit me upside the head the other day. It's phenomenal because when you look at the Capricorn is a goat, and goats can eat anything. I have literally seen it. I've seen with my own eyes goats eat plastic, eat soda cans, they can eat glass, and their bodies can digest that shit. I remember one time I was in Georgia. I was doing this job. I was, you know, tilling the earth, tilling the ground. You know, I had to do a lot of yard work. I was working this job with this nigga, and he was like, "Yeah, man, come with me, man. We got to go to this house." And we go to this house. This big fat white lady had goats in her backyard. And the reason why she had goats is because they eat everything. So they just keep the grass low. I don't ever have to cut the grass. I said the logic. See, sometimes logic can go to some very dangerous fucking places. Logic can be very scary. So you have to have a developed processor for logic. But I mean, you know, that could have been the logic that was used in the farm days. You know what I'm saying? Put the goats out there. They just eat up every goddamn thing. And it keeps the grass low. You ain't never got to cut no grass. You can sit on your wide hide, on your lard ass, and get fat. And she was obese. You dig what I'm saying? She was a fat lady. But anyways, so, you know, a real woman gonna drop her diet. I showed her the shrimp and the way the shrimp moves, because that's why you got to love the YouTube. YouTube is phenomenal. I said, okay, you are what you eat. Let's look at the shrimp and see if the shrimp's movement is comparative to how you think and operate. Okay. And when you look at shrimp, they go sing, 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 sing. They're like, they hang here for 1 second, move around their little tentacles in the foul. They be over here, and boom, over here, then they boom over there. I'm like, whoa. And that was connected to how she would think. She would zip, 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 be running around every goddamn where. And it was definitely directly comparative to the shrimp. So let's tone it down. And this is before all that information came out about shrimps being cockroaches and crabs being spiders and, you know, and the lobster being a centipede or whatever the fuck. You know, it's a weird ass shit because when you go into the history of the consuming of these foods, those foods were actually given to prisoners at first because they were considered so lowly that it was actually prison food in the early Americas. See, that's why you got to love the details of history. When you go into history, my people in the audience, listen closely to me, okay? Do not go into history looking at the great emperor and shit and looking at the king and all of this other shit. If you do that, cool. Look at the situations. Like, what did the king do during the course of war? Or what was the king taught when he was a prince as a child? You know, how was he treated and reared into the status of being a king? You see what I'm saying? Regardless of it already being nepotism by, you know, his father being a king. Look into how the council taught him. If you can find those type of details, you know, they may be kind of hard to dig. And then one thing about history is that you got to sort of be knighted into those areas. So if you do a lot of research on a specific king, you know, you'll be knighted by the ethers, you know, by the ethereal law. Phenomenal book. We're going to be reading this again, but this reading those lines yesterday really filled me up with light the whole day. So, you know, go ahead and look at the details of how, you know, what was going on in society, what was going on with the trade of the kingdom. Okay. How did they trade? What did they trade? You know, what was the agriculture structure? And then you go into the farmers, and then you go into the marriage rituals and shit like that. You got to go to you got to do a lot of digging, and you have to do a lot of digging of not just your culture. And that's a problem with us African Americans. We only stick our nose up. We're self-centered. We got our head up our own ass. And all we look for is, oh yeah, look, nigga, in China, it was a black samurai that started all the samurais. Niggas told you we was over there. Boom, and then that's it. And that's all you want to learn about some fucking China. You know, these niggas got detailed history that go back 5,000 fucking years, but all you worried about is a black samurai or where the black tribe was at, and the black and the bliggity black, we gonna be black. And it's like, nigga, get the fuck. This is self-centered motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? The other peoples of the planet, they study your black hide here in America, and then they study all other groups across the planet. You dig what I'm saying? And that's it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Study everything. The homie Crib Jesus in the house. Go check out the Blue Bible. The homie got that. Study everything. You don't have to just go to a situation and just blick, black. You know, like that's very self-centered. It's very inconsiderate. You know, people know about you. They know who you are. They study everything else, you know, and it's out there. So back to it. The whole Trump Kamala thing was phenomenal last night. I thought so. Many billions. Okay. The whole conversation was like husband and wife. And it just reminded me just how many arguments I've had with women in my own home. You dig what I'm saying? Long relationships I was in and shit. And how she was just saying a bunch of goddamn nothing and just using the soft tone, and that will drive you fucking crazy. And this is where the uterus alien thing comes in. They understand that tone, the screeching of the witch and all of that other shit. And the tone just drive you fucking insane. That nigga fucking Trump didn't even look at her one time. She kept on looking at him because you know you were looking at the big dog in the house. You understand? He should have just said, make me some fucking flapjacks and shut the fuck up, is what he should have said to Kamala. Kamala should have came out there with the goddamn shower cap on, is what you should have did, because you don't have position. You understand? You have no resume, motherfucker, to be going up against a nigga like Trump who has long resume. He makes many, many billions. You've never seen a million. We don't want a bum in the fucking White House, right? You don't want a bum rapper, do you? You want your rappers to be rich, don't you? Right? This richness isn't applied to the R&B singers, but the richness is applied to the male rapper. So you have to be super ballin'. He should have came out there with the diamonds on, with the gold grill. You know what I'm saying? He should have came out there with the 50 Cent Mini Men plan. You understand? Because it's a shame people forgot that the brother almost got assassinated right on live TV. Nobody gave a fuck. America is so numb to guns and violence. Whatever, nigga. You know, turn the channel. Okay, school shooting. Whatever, nigga. You know, turn the channel. Okay, domestic violence. Somebody got their brains blown out on the motherfucking sidewalk. You know, you stupid motherfuckers arguing over some Taco Bell. Change the channel. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody feels the shit no more. You know, we've seen the people jump out the buildings in the 9/11, and today is that there's an anniversary for the September 11th and the towers going down in New York. Very sad situation. Rest in peace to all of those people who were involved in that situation. You know, real niggas we will never speak, you know, in a derogatory form towards the dead. You know, that's one thing I'll never do. You know what I'm saying? Regardless who dies, even if it was an enemy, you know what I'm saying? Because death is a door that we all have to pass, you know, and there should be a respect line there. And if you don't have that respect line there, death will come a knocking, maybe sooner than what he should, but he will pay a visit. Do you understand? So I thought the whole shit was hilarious. One thing he said they're eating the animals, and that's why I was talking about the food. So let's talk about it, because right before I did this video, I'm flipping through the internet, I'm flipping through my little TikTok shit, and then bow wow, the fucking video. This is the first time I ever seen it. But this video shows up, and I'm about to play it for you right now. Of them talking about the immigrants eating the animals. Watch this shit. Okay.
Them and eating them. Snyder Park.
We've lost a whole bunch of cats. There was a van pulled over that had over 100 cats in it with the Haitians. They said they was eating them.
Actually?
Yeah.
Not fake news.
Not fake news.
So a van was collecting cats and eating them.
I watched it happen, yeah. Watched them get pulled over with the cats and admit to the police that they was eating them.
You're not joshing with me.
No, I'm almost 50 years old, buddy.
You don't mess around.
No.
I've heard rumors about them taking the geese and killing them and eating them, so I try to stay clear away, because I've even heard about them eating the eggs over there, so I'm like, okay, that's kind of disturbing. They not.
There he is. This is your guy right here?
Yes.
Okay.
So far, so good.
I heard on Twitter that cats are getting kidnapped. Is that true?
You see that?
My mom actually seen a post on Facebook. There was Haitians in a white van driving around the neighborhoods collecting cats.
For what?
Skinning them and eating them. Snyder Park, our actual park. If a Haitian is caught walking the grounds down there, they can get arrested because they're going down there and they're killing the Canadian geese so they can take them home and eat them.
I wouldn't be surprised, because we used to have a lot of cats around here. And especially down here at the end of the street, that lady had probably 50 of them. Now she's lucky to have 5. And the geese down at the park, they're declining. So I don't know if they're eating them too. I guess it's supposed to be their natural habitat or something, or whatever.
Yeah.
There was Haitians.
You see that shit? Look at that shit. The Haitians are in a white van. They're driving around. They want your cat to do voodoo. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, nigga, if I walk into your house and you got a cat skin laid out on the floor, like the white man used to have a bear skin laid out on the floor, it's gonna be a problem, B. We will have a problem. Niggas is hungry. Now, hold on. Is these the same immigrants getting $15,000 a month on the food stamps? And you can tell they some dumbasses, because I looked at a receipt and this nigga got $15,000 on the receipt for food for less. Nigga, if you got $15,000, you should be eating divine, nigga. What the fuck is you doing at a food for less and getting the mystery meat? Because they do have the mystery meat up in the grocery stores now, and it says it on the package. It says MISC meat, and there's green splotches on it. You know, it looks foul. It's foul, and that is the world that we're in today. Okay, let me see if I can find this shit. Maybe I'll show y'all some of this mystery meat real quick. You see what I'm saying? It's a very sad situation. And the cat, the feline, as we know, is divine. They were worshipped in Egypt. Do you understand? And now they're attacking your America. What are you going to do? Now, see, me personally, I stand for America because this is all I know. Yeah, and I know it's a terrible situation. There's been a lot of violence. There's been a lot of genocide. There's been the slavery. I mean, I was just reading something yesterday about the slave masters in Jamaica, and this is information that I just encountered, and I didn't put it in the Real Nigga Etiquette Voodoo edition. So when I re-advise that book and put it back out, when I reproduce it, it'll definitely have a whole slew of new information pertaining to what was going on. And it's crazy, you know, when we look at what was going on in history. And this is part of the reason why masculinity is underneath attack, is because it was wars on wars on wars. And man felt as if he needed to protect his family, protect his land, protect his creed, protect his God and his religion. So we go to war, you know, and this is just, war is a part of, you know, the human paradigm. It is one of those things that I call the social software of humans. That's all war is. You know, there hasn't been 1 year that humans have been in existence that there has not been war. So what do you say? You know, it's you know, the dumbass doing the dumbass as they are programmed to be dumbass. And you can't get around that. And people will defend their stupidity. And that's one reason why, you know, when it comes to me in the public speaking information, I'm cool. Niggas want to argue. Niggas want to defend what they don't know because they think they have some form of logic. You know, logic can get scary, as I've stated. Watch, we're gonna put it up here right now. I'm gonna show y'all niggas. Miscellaneous meat, you know. They getting more than people on Social Security, disability. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put that information when I reproduce that book, the Voodoo edition, but it'll be a long time before I do that. You know what I'm saying? Because in all reality, there needs to be more support in the realms of literature when it comes to black males and black females out here putting out real shit. Because I'm about to show you what is, as a matter of fact, yeah, we need to do that because the homie Crib Jesus is in the house real quick, another author. And I need to show y'all what me and him are battling against in this world to see if you're going to be serious about how you are being represented and being, you know, to other people, you know, to the other races of the world. Okay, so let's look at it real quick. You know, yeah, let's look at this shit real quick. Let's see it. You see that? Do y'all see it? Is it up on the screen? You see that? It says miscellaneous meat, my nigga. Watch. This is what they're selling to you. See, it's shit like this where you know they laughing at your ass. This is where you know the corporations and the CEOs are laughing at you. Okay? They're laughing at you at the bottom. They say, yes, you are at the bottom. I'm trying to make it big so you can see. Can we get the picture blown up, please? Yeah, there it is. Hey, you see that? You see that? It says miscellaneous meat on the package. You know, this is where they are clowning. This is where they are clowning. You know, they say, oh, you know, you are goyim. You are animal. You will eat on anything. You know what I'm saying? Like the dog. You remember back in the day when we was kids, the dog used to eat its own shit and eat its own and lick up its own throw up and shit. Yeah, you remember that shit? Yeah. Yeah, this is how they look at you. The CEOs of corporations, and look at this shit. Miscellaneous meat, my nigga. They are chucking it to you in the store. We don't give a fuck because you don't give a fuck. And we know you don't give a fuck by the numbers that we see. We get to look at all the data coming from the CDC. We get to look at all the data coming from the grocery stores. Yeah, nigga, you are a statistic whether you like it or not. And this is why you need to be buying. This is why you need to take things serious by the way you are being looked at in this world. Watch this shit. This hoe got roaches in her crib. Look at this bitch ass nigga. Look at the bitch ass nigga. You see this nigga? Watch this nigga. This nigga here. Old thought next door. Yeah, this is how our race is being. This is why people look at us the way they do. It's shit like this right here. Pastors eat pussy too. Do you see this shit? And then look at the numbers on when it comes to the reviews and the stars. Old thought next door. This hoe got roaches in the crib. Pregnant by my mother's gay husband. Do you see this shit? Do you see this shit? And guess who's on the cover? Black folk, black folk, black folk, black folk. This bitch ass nigga named Quan Mills need to get his head lopped off. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way that we're being looked at. Because see what's so funny about this shit? CNA thoughts. And this nigga got a small when a bad bitch and a savage link up. They got, Jamal and Shaniqua in the hood with the kilo. You see what I'm saying? Project Whole Dreams. You see this dumbass shit? This is literature that's being put out here in the world that other races are reading and grabbing a picture of whether the book is fiction or nonfiction don't matter, which 9 times out of 10, these books are fiction. These are novels. The Psycho Baby Daddy. This is what other races buy for their entertainment so they can have a reinforcement in their mind of looking at Black people negatively. You see what I'm saying? And real authors like myself and other niggas, the Crip Jesus and other niggas is out here. I think there's another dude named Supreme Knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We have to battle this type of energy because of the own devilment that's coming from our own race and not even understanding the negative picture that you're putting out here in the world pertaining to how we all get viewed. Okay. And that's what we're looking at. Do you see that? Do you see that? So that needs to be slaughtered. Go slaughter that. Go slaughter that nigga as much as possible, however you can do it. You know what I'm saying? And purchase and stand by what has been there for you and the thoroughness of what's out here and what people are doing from their own heart. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not really gonna come out here and say that I have a way or a path that anybody should follow, even though that's what is usually done when it comes to the whole course of a leader. And my question is, why can't niggas lead their goddamn self is the problem. What is so wrong with research? But then, when we get down to it, a lot of the slave masters were writing journals and they were reading and writing. So when slaves saw that slave masters were reading and writing, they wanted nothing to do with whatever the slave master was doing because of the pain and the punishments that the slave master inflicted on his own slaves. This also goes with finances. The white slave master was dealing with finances, and at that time we didn't know nothing about finances, and because of that, and we saw that was a mechanism that they operated by, we wanted nothing to do with finances. But we can no longer think like that because this system is completely monetary. And we do have to depend on not only ourselves individually, but we have to depend on our family first and foremost. And then on the extension, we have to rely on the race. And that is what all races do, because all races on this planet are militarized. Okay. They're in a militarized fashion, and we aren't. And that's a fucking problem. Therefore we don't have any reliance. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. It's sad. That's why I left a lot of street niggas alone, and I keep a lot of street niggas at distance, because it's a fantasy line where niggas be like, oh man, I'm down for you, man, I'm a ride, man, blah blah blah. Nigga be up in that court on the dolo. Nigga parents be having to put up money for the motherfucking bond and all this other shit. Mamas be crying and all this other shit, and the homies don't be there. It don't be no homie, my nigga. When it comes down to that commissary, you 3, 4, 5 years in, it don't be no homie. Now my niggas in LA, they have a reliable system, and they've been doing their shit for eons, so they do have an internalized reliable system. But nigga, when I've been across this country, nigga, ain't no reliable system, nigga. You are on your own. Do you understand? And that is the hard line of being a black male and dealing with others, you know, within your own race, is because there truly is no reliance. And everybody has their own philosophy that they you know, subscribe to. And whether that be a Baptist, a Presbyterian, a Lutheran, a Seventh-day Adventist, or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, Islam, or whatever the case, you know, I don't sign up to those groups because those groups are false when it comes to reliance, you know, and then they're also false pertaining to their own dogma. They don't carry out their agendas all the way from the A to the Z point, you know, and they claim that they do. And it's fake shit, and I don't like fake shit, man. You know, fake shit is dangerous. I grew up in a generation where fake shit was dangerous, nigga. You got tested, and you come out here false flagging. You come out here wearing the fake polo, nigga. You got clowned in school. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, motherfuckers wear fake Gucci, and it's not a problem, you know. And that's just what it is. You know, people come out here wearing the fake shit and doing whatever weak ass shit they want to do, and nobody tests on it. There's been this new energy that's been installed in people's minds over the past 10 years that everybody can be fake. We just don't test each other's fakeness, and therefore fakeness survives. Nigga, fuck that shit. Because I be seeing the fakeness, bro. Motherfucker be sleeping on the couch. Brother Hakeem will sleep on your couch about that revolution. Okay? And be out here talking all this angry ass shit. Nigga be sleeping on your goddamn, hey man, can I get a ride, man? Can I hold a 20, man? Can I? No, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's a difficult situation. You know what I'm saying? Because even when you look out for a nigga, you know, say you're gonna look out, and motherfuckers be like, oh, okay, yeah, I got that bitch ass nigga. Yeah, I got that nigga, man. Fuck that nigga, man. And you just looking out for a nigga, you know what I'm saying? And now this nigga want to take your kindness for weakness, you know, and be like, oh, man, I juked on that nigga, man. I got that nigga. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. It's your immature ass, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, back to the motherfucking debate is what we need to be talking about. I thought it was interesting. I don't support no Kamala. I'm sorry. Female rule just overall does not stand with me. It never has. It never will. I remember when my mom and dad divorced, I was living with my mom for maybe a year and a half after they divorced. I got the fuck on, nigga. We not going to be doing none of this contradictory rulership. We not going to be doing all this heavy weight on a nigga's back. We not going to be doing all the hell. No, I'm good. Get the fuck on. Because, see, at the end of the day, you know, the ladies want to say, oh, nigga, I gave you life. We bear life. It's like, what is this shit? What is life? The fuck are you talking about? Like, okay, let's look at it. First 5, 7, 10 years, you know, we get slapped around from trying to discover things because every human is born naturally scientific. So they try to discover things and try to do new things, and they're going to speak blatantly off of what they see. You know, and they're not going to put any sugarcoating bullshit. And, you know, the mama will slap you around to modify how you operate socially. You know, you'll get some whoopings and all of that. So the human is getting beat immediately. You know, if you want to get technical, you know, as soon as we come out the womb, nigga, you get fucking what's the word? You get circumcised, you get cut up, they poke you with needles. Nigga, you ain't been on the planet for 3-4 motherfucking hours, nigga. You getting cut up, you getting poked with motherfucking syringes and all types of shit. You dig what I'm saying? So then we lived the 5-10 years of the abuse and all this other shit. The whole time, your mama and dad telling you, oh, nigga, stay away from the girls. Don't be with them girls. Girls ain't nothing but motherfucking trouble. And la 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 la. And so you retract and you go play some sports and shit. And then, you know, you don't know what to do with no girls. And they say, oh, nigga, you got out of high school. Oh, you got to go do more work. Go to the college, nigga. Go to the motherfucking job. Go get a job, nigga. And you say, oh, no, I ain't gonna fuck with no college or no job. The bottom line is money. You get out here, you're doing the motherfucking dope. You know, you're out here selling the dope, you know, and trying to run from the police, and you're doing crimes and all this other shit. You get locked up. Say you don't get locked up. You work the fucking job. You're flipping the patty at the Wendy's. You got pimples on your motherfucking face and shit. You dig what I'm saying? And you still don't know what to do about no girl. There has been no experience of heaven. By the time you 21, 25 years old, if you ain't locked up in the Bing, you out here on the street scratching your motherfucking head, working at the motherfucking Best Buy or some shit. You working at the fucking mall or some shit. You trying to get at a bitch. Don't know what to do with the bitch. You want to take her out. This bitch already got babies and shit. Somebody been goddamn humping on the goddamn coochie. What niggas don't know is ever since a girl was goddamn being started developing at 12, 13 years old, fucking all these old raggedy ass niggas come around, cock in one hand, money in the other hand. And so she's already conditioned to that picture. You see what I'm saying? You don't know shit. Okay. Oh, stay away from the girls. So then you beat some coochie up, you get a little girl you like, boom, boom, she get pregnant, she throw your ass up in the goddamn the court. You go to the court, you know, and now she want a divorce or she want the baby, and now she got to break bread. You got to break bread. They done snatched your license, nigga. You ain't got enough money to pay for the child support. This is the life that you brag about, that you done gave motherfuckers. My nigga, this shit don't seem too pleasant, my nigga. If we gonna get down to the technicalities. Okay? So you can't be talking about, oh, we gave you life. Who gives a fuck about this? What is the point of the existence, my nigga? What is the point? What is the gain? There is no gain because you die, you rot in your fucking cinder box, and the maggots go in the skull and the eyes, and there's nothing. You take nothing that you've earned, your Ferraris and your Lambos. You don't even know if you can take your memories to the next dimension. We don't know if there even is a next dimension. Maybe you just rot and decompose and assist the earth to make more flowers. Maybe the planet is, maybe plants developed humans for carbon monoxide purposes, and they're farming us. Okay. Have you heard that theory that the plants are farming the humans? Yeah, it could be a possibility because we go right back down to the dirt. They use even our manure, and they use our shit as manure. It's fertilizer. You understand? Shit is fertilizer. Think about that dimension, right? Okay. We use feces to help grow plants, and we consume the plants. So you are consuming a percentage of feces, okay, whether you like it or not. This is the reality. This is the dimension. Do you understand, my nigga? Don't be sitting up here talking about we didn't give you life. Nobody gives a fuck. This dimension is not that, grandeur, delusions of grandeur is what motherfuckers got. So when it comes to the beauty side of it, you're supposed to have the millions and the gazillions, and our race hasn't picked up that concept yet. So all the other races have by majority. They picked it up, and we can't really say that. They got fucking worse ghettos in Russia than what you'll see anywhere in America. You got fucking bums and ghetto living situations in the middle of China, in the middle of Hong Kong, and it's everywhere. So everybody hasn't picked it up, but a good amount of people have. Okay, that is the point. A lot of people have picked up the fact that, hey, you have to design a situation where your children don't go through the same amount of suffrage that you went through. The last generations of the black race didn't do that. They got extremely embarrassed with their failed revolution in the 60s and 70s. And they went and got jobs, okay, and became school teachers and shit, okay, and went to the Lord, okay. And that's all they taught my generation was the Lord. We didn't learn nothing about, no taxes, no credit, no stock market, no, we didn't learn nothing about changing no tire, no nothing. It's been the same shit. So, back to the whole Trump and Kamala thing, because it was like a husband and wife debate almost, and hearing her yank, 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 and just run around in circles because she couldn't answer the immigrant question, and that was phenomenal. She was acting like, oh, we're gonna believe. So Obama's word was hope, and Kamala's word is believe. I don't want to believe shit. Okay, I don't want to believe a motherfucking thing. Okay, I want to know what you can do. Like Trump said, he was like, man, y'all could take y'all asses down here to the White House and sign the papers right now and close the border. And you're not doing it because you're full of shit. And anybody who doesn't have a plan and relies on the words belief or relies on the words of hope is a fucking optimistic dumbass. And if you think that this country was built off of optimism and we're all going to dance around and skip around with our arms flaring everywhere and everything's a fucking dance, you're fucking bullshit, you know? Hers is, somebody said hers is, we are not going back. Not going back to what? You know, not going back to what? See, let me show you what's really going on. Here's what's really going on. Everybody is tired of seeing white males balling. That's really what's happening here. Okay. It's at the balling. You're mad at the balling because the fact of the matter is that the white boy left Europe. He kicked Africa's ass. He kicked South America's ass. They kicked Central America's ass. They kicked the Native Americans' ass here in America. Okay? They went over there and kicked China's ass. Check the history. They kicked Japan's ass. Okay? They kicked fucking India's ass. What is you talking about? This is what history states. We can get into all the technicalities and all they did it like this. Now they kicked your ass at the end of the day. At the end of the day, all these nations that I just mentioned, all these continents have what? Their militaries are designed like America's or European Western civilization influenced. They all got walkie-talkies. They all got cars. Where that shit come from? That shit came from Western civilization. Okay? As a matter of fact, if you want to be a pilot, you have to speak English because planes were developed here in America by white boys, and they can mandate whatever the fuck they want to mandate. So that is the bottom line. Is the native side is jealous of the white boy balling on your ass. $300 million yachts in the motherfucking ocean. Okay? Nigga got helicopters. They can fuck around. They can make you go into your virtual reality bullshit. You love it. You love it. You go on the cruises, native. You support their dumb shit. You support the AI. Native is what you do. You support all of the areas and the avenues that they have brought to you that are not even in the area of a convenience. It's all in excess and entertainment now. You support that shit. And then you want to be mad at the white boy. But you're utilizing everything that he created. Okay? And yeah, a lot of these things may have been rudely invented by native people. That's African Americans, Mexicans, so on and so forth. You know, and then guess what? The white boy took the shit, he modified the shit, and then he mass produced it to the world and made $1 gazillion because your race didn't do it, couldn't do it, and wouldn't do it. That is just the bottom line. So you're jealous. I stated that, and I have no problem with stating this. I stated it in the first paragraph of the Black Man's Bible. I'm jealous of how these white boys moving because you niggas ain't moving like this. No. I need to figure out how it was done. And that's the difference between me, my thinking structure, and a lot of other people. I'm going to figure it out. I'm not going to listen to the shit you're talking. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to join your Mason groups and listen to the fucking bullshit you tell me because a motherfucker that's ruling ain't going to tell you how they rule. And they're not going to put you in a position of ruling when they rule. Ruling has to be taken. Everything on this planet has to be taken. Look at the animal kingdom. The alligator don't eat unless he take your ass down in that water and drown your ass and then devour your ass. You know what I'm saying? Or two of them, one of them will clamp on the south and the other one will clamp on the north, and they'll twist your ass and snap your body in two. You understand? And then they have something to eat, but they took you down. You have to take. This world is based off of thievery. Okay. And at that time, the whole planet was involved in thievery. You know, it was, hey, I got more men than you. I don't like your kingdom. You know, hey, you got a lot of gold or a lot of copper over here. I like the pineapples. You know, things are good. Your women, they do the belly dancing. I like this. Okay. And since I like it, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it because I have more men than you. And even if I don't have more men than you, guess what? I am more savage than you. Okay. I can sleep amongst carcasses. I can dance with the carcasses. I can put lipstick on the carcass of my mom and we will dance together, and I'll sit her down at the table and we will enjoy a pleasant meal. Do you understand? White boy can get that savage. He fell in love with death, and that's why he wins in the court of war. And that's why everybody is mad. But guess what? This is a system that he developed and a system that you supported for hundreds and hundreds of years. So due to the fact that you supported it, guess what? The motherfuckers that know how to run this shit are the rulers. Okay. Now I can show you pictures from the 1800s where white boys are having doctor conventions, and there's 10,000 these niggas showing up to a convention. You know, we have a 1,000,000-man march, and we marched right into the ocean. Nothing was achieved. A bunch of hoopla, a bunch of hair grease is all it was. See, that's why I be clowning, because Negro anger and Negro quote unquote seriousness don't be serious at all, because you ain't doing shit about it. See, hate is, I'm going to make sure I'm going to skin you. I'm going to teach my children to skin you. I'm going to teach my children's children to skin you. We're going to program you to kill yourselves. We're going to take your babies. We're going to feed them to the animals. That is true hatred. And they are operating by what the definition of hatred is. So don't be up in here acting like you hate the white man, nigga. You ain't doing shit. You go to the motherfucking grocery store and the motherfucking white man is right there. You ain't doing a goddamn thing. So a nigga like me, I'm going to learn how you niggas did it. And they did it through very dark arts that the black brain isn't even mature enough to handle and even really incorporate what's going on. They want to stay blind and worry about other issues that are irrelevant to our current situation right now. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to banking and all that shit, like banking, monetary issues, Italy had banks going in the 1300s. And that's where we need to start our study. If you think you're going to study Warren Buffett and his operations now, you're a fucking fool. You don't know how Warren Buffett started, for number one. For number two, you don't know how many other people that assisted Warren Buffett during his come up. You don't know what organizations he may be attached to. You don't know who Warren Buffett's great-great-great-grandfather was. Let me show you something. There's a dude, let me look up his name real quick so I can give you the name. Let me see here. Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch. Go look at this nigga. This is a prime example of what the fuck I'm talking about. Because this dude is the same one that played the slave master in the movie. Let's look at it. Can we look at his filmography real quick? In the movie, I think it was 12 Years a Slave. He was in that movie. Let me see here. Yeah. He played 12 Years a Slave in the movie. He played the slave owner in 12 Years a Slave. So let's just go ahead and show what the fuck we talking about here. Because this is a perfect example. I need y'all to see this shit real quick. I do need you to see this. So you can see how far back these motherfuckers operate. They know what bloodlines come from what. I need you motherfuckers to see the true definition of nepotism in the game. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Watch this shit. You niggas is crazy. Look at this nigga. Benedict Cumberbatch. He played a slave master. Guess what? His grandfather was a serious slave master in Barbados over a plantation that I think had over 100, 1,000, some fucking slaves or some crazy ass shit. Look at this shit. Okay. Now watch this shit. You see this shit where it says relatives. This is the important part. My people need to understand how to research. Okay. Let me see here if it has his family tree. They go back to 1728 on this nigga. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Barbados. Okay, look at this right here. Benedict Cumberbatch, seventh grandfather. Abraham Cumberbatch of St. Andrew, Barbados, died in 1753, acquired properties on the island of Barbados in the West Indies, which used enslaved people for labor. And supposedly he was very vicious as a slave master. Well, matter of fact, from what I've been reading over the past couple of days, all of the slave masters in Jamaica and the islands were extremely vicious. Now, from what I know about American African American slave trade here, you know, Mississippi, Alabama, and all of that, that wasn't necessarily okay. And that could have a time. It could have been extremely vicious in the beginning, but it wasn't, you know, it weaned off over time. Okay. So let's see here. Properties were passed down through generations. Okay. Everybody worry about traveling instead of owning a home that you could pass down through the generations. At least a home. To his great-great-grandfather, Abraham Perry Cumberbatch. He was an absentee landlord of two estates, Cleveland and Lammings, for which he received $5,388 as slave compensation. The Cleveland plantation enslaved 250 people and was the main source of the Cumberbatch family's considerable wealth at the time. They were one of the richest families in Britain, nigga. And they put a real slave master, somebody who has slave master blood in his veins, and put him on the movie so we can make good money off these niggas. Because it was only niggas that went to go see the movie, and it was white people who went to go see it to remember the good old days. You understand? Now let's look at this shit. His great-great-grandfather was a British diplomat who held the post of consul in Russian and Ottoman empires. Look at that. Woo! This is some dangerous shit. You know? His other grandfather was a English actor in the early 13th. Okay. And another one of his grandfathers was a consul in Romania, Turkey, and Lebanon. You see? This is long, though. They've been keeping the riches going for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. First thing, when a nigga talk about he can win the lottery, first thing he said, I'm finna disappear on you niggas. Okay. And in all reality, he sort of has to. This goes back to the Nelly Fuller. You sort of got to, you know. The reason it being is because, you know, the beggars are gonna come, you know, the disgruntled is going to come begging you for, you know, for the coins, for the shekels. And you're gonna feel obligated to give it up because it's so-called family. But we're never organizing on how to extend the finances because we all have these limits, what we want to learn and what we don't want to know. You know, so I do run into people who say, I need to know that for. And I've only heard black people say shit like that. What I need to know that for? Oh, nigga, you done read some books, nigga. You think you know something, nigga. You don't know shit. You know, why I gotta stop eating pork? My grandma lived 100 years old. She ate pork every day. The nigger is goddamn difficult. You know, coagulation, the blood clot, it doesn't move through the vein. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why the hair is curly, because the blood clot is stopping the blood clot is stopping the vein, and it's so hot underneath the skull that the hair comes out curly. You understand? Now, see, a lot of niggas gonna be listening to me. Oh, this nigga hate niggas, but you don't like your kinfolk. I done heard a lot of that shit. I'm like, no, nigga, I don't like ignorance, and if that's what you stand on, then I don't like you. That's just where it goes. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I know my nigga Davis over here a lot of shit living in the South. You know what I'm saying? Living in that dirty South. A nigga will fight you to stay stupid in that dirty South. I had to get the fuck on, you know. But it's like New York too. It's like that in LA too. It's like that in Boston. It's like that in Seattle. The Negro will protect himself from all levels of intellect. And what's really so crazy is that you go in some of them African tribes, they thought writing was witchcraft, is what they labeled it. You know, and counting past certain numbers. They wanted to maintain stupidity, you know, and maintaining stupidity is also a system of leaving yourself in a space of not being responsible for things. And it's also leaving you in a space where you don't have to do a lot of work. There's no workload applied to you. If you're a dumbass, nobody's going to nobody's going to tell a retard to drive a truck, you know, and that's basically what is going on here. So, you know, it's got to be broken, but will it be broken? I don't know. Can the pick get through the naps without breaking? The naps, if not cured over time, okay, will break the pick in half. Do you understand me? It will break the comb in half, and that's strong, powerful. You understand? That is, yo, this is the fucking reality, man. Oh yeah, South Florida. Oh my goodness. Oh, I pray for the brother. The brother said he in South Florida. What is wrong with his dreads in South Florida? Is you niggas trying to contact Saturn or some shit? What is you trying to do with the dreads? You look like fucking, what was that shit on the Simpsons? The Bob dude with the fucking hair all crazy. Will you stop? No, you know, this is wild because it goes back to the African native mind again. Niggas putting feathers in their hair and all this other shit. You guys said I live in Vegas, so you see how I'm dressed right now. Nigga, this is normal everyday get up. You don't know what the fuck is moving in my mind. You do not know how I think. You don't know where my money at. You don't know shit. And that's exactly what I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? Put a little pen in the shirt pocket, and we put the button up and the collar on. Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, but the Negro, he comes out here with the holes in the jeans and the fucking cut up shirts and the gold teeth, and you walking around on the strip, and the Chinese family and the white family and the Mexican family, they don't even see you. The nigga be trying to look around to see if anybody looking at them. I'm famous, nigga. Look at me. Give me some attention, nigga. Yeah, Sideshow Bob. Yeah, Sideshow Bob. You Sideshow Bob. That's all that is. Lord have mercy. I would have been the long mind down there in South niggas hair all looking all like that, man. Because it makes you look bad. You know, just what happened, what I showed you with those books, this fucking weird ass nigga. And I believe that nigga Quan Mills or whatever lives in Florida. So somebody need to see about that nigga in them motherfucking books, man. That shit is, you know, a high level of retardation and very bad representation for our race. And that's for everything that we have done in this country, all the positive things, you know, and also for what we will do in the future. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm not no nigga that support no hair, man. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with niggas, and they got to sit up in a salon all goddamn day like some fucking broad and get their fucking hair done, man. That shit is some female shit in my book. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, nigga. Jesus don't even got no goddamn hair past his shoulders. So you niggas got all this hair for what? You're the only race of male operates like that, and that's why your race of male, the broke one, the one that's on the lowest scale of the goddamn game, because you don't want to just function with the rules. You don't see no Chinese motherfuckers walking around with hair down to their goddamn ass and shit. Like, what the fuck is the point of that shit? And let me show you something. And you know it's wrong unconsciously. You know you look like a fucking fool, because when a nigga with a whole bunch of dreads puts on a 3-piece suit, what's the first thing they do? What's the first thing they do? They tie that shit back. Yeah, you walking around with the mama bun and shit. Like I had female teachers who used to wear the bun and shit and all of this other shit. And now I done heard niggas is getting weave in their hair. Well, the prime example of the weave in the hair, I remember it like yesterday. I was smoking the blunt, chilling with the shorty. You know, just got done smacking. Then we turn on the BET. We sitting there chilling. And the BET, the Mystical video comes on. And she looking at the nigga. This is around the same time Bone Thugs and them niggas started growing their hair. Niggas was growing their hair out everywhere. And she was looking at the nigga's hair. She was like, ain't no way that nigga's hair is that long. And she was like, B, the nigga got weave in his hair. I said, weave? I said, yeah, the nigga got weave in it. She said, yeah, the nigga got weave in his hair. I said, what are you talking about? She said, when you put weave in the motherfucking hair, there's a knot at the fucking root part. And, you know, and then you got to burn the tip. And that nigga's tips is burned and he got a knot up here. That shit is fucking weave. That shit ain't his real hair. And I was like, yo. And this is dangerous for the 720 psyche. Because I have witnessed my mom do my sister's hair. So, you know, woman and woman do woman things and woman doing hair. They all do the hair together. That's their communication world of achieving nothingness and doing nothing inside the planet. You know, you do hair. That is important to you. You do that shit over there. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, look at Mystical now. Look at where he's at now. And he applied the weave to the hair. And now he's doing life over the booty. The nigga went insane about the booty. Okay? Yeah, he went. The pudenda is what they call it. They call it the pudenda, the fundament. Okay, is another word. The posterior. Understand me, you know. Them long ass dreads be stinking. It's hot 350 days. Let me tell you something. I remember one time I had this shorty. It was in Georgia, and she had micro braids. This is back when everybody was talking Africa. And I was like, okay, y'all niggas be talking. I said, you motherfuckers be talking at Africa. But when you go get your hair done by them African women for 6-7 hours, they putting weave in your scalp. 8 hours, it'd be 10 of them up in there. They don't teach you a lick of African Igbo language or Yoruba or nothing. They don't teach you nothing about no African culture. And there's a lot you can learn in the span of 6, 7, 8 hours. But you were paying them to put hair in your head. And then I just saw a video recently talking about that hair actually comes from dead women. You know, and then the Indian women have to cut their hair off to worship a specific goddess. And that's what they hustle them as. And then they take all that hair and they clean it and then send it to America. So you wearing the hair of dead women and shit. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Horsetail and all this other shit. You understand? So I had this shorty with the micro braids. And I'm beating it down and I'm smelling mold. I'm like, what the fuck? So I get close to her hair and I smelled it. And I'm like, you know, after everything was done, I'm like, yo, B, you know, why it smelled like mold and shit? She was like, oh, I need to go get my hair done. Because when you know, if you don't dry your shit right after you shower and you got new hair growth underneath the micro braids, the motherfucking weave will start molding on your scalp. I said, oh, you niggas is that. You're crazy. You understand? You've lost your mind. We're not going to deal with the mildew on the fucking scalp. You know what I'm saying? This shit is fucking ridiculous, man. You know, but yeah, back to the Trump and the Kamala thing, because I'm getting off all types of subjects here. The Trump and Kamala, this is America. Are you going to defend America? This is the land that you know. Regardless of everything that has occurred in the past, this is where you are staying right now. And to be honest, when it comes to a presidential vote or a campaign or whatever, this is a remarkable marketing tool to destroy the other party by their own deeds. And it was the deed that you said, oh, everybody is free and everybody is loving. And then you want to talk about, and let me talk about this because this was real crazy. When they talk the abortion thing and Trump rate, it's like, bitch, do you know how government works? You know what I'm saying? Trump had to say, look, this is not a federal issue. This is an issue for the states. And she kept bringing it up. It's like, are you comprehending, nigga? Are you getting it? It is states, let the states judge upon it, and they deal their own thing. This is no longer a federal issue. You understand? You have problems with your booty. You don't know what you gonna do when you over here making babies. You don't see no money in the future and whatnot and all this other shit. You gotta have abortions. That is your fucking problem. Like, man, I'm so tired of this world where everybody got problems and try to make it seem like somebody else is the cause or are gonna have to bring the solution to your problem. Nigga, your problem is your motherfucking problem. You open up your motherfucking legs. You motherfucking you chose the person that is opening up the legs, and and you having the baby and shit. You ain't got the finances or the intelligence for the baby, and you want to get rid of that motherfucker. Get rid of that motherfucker. We don't need no degenerates being developed in this world. I'll tell you right now, there's enough. We have enough Igors on the planet. We don't need any more of your fucking, your SpongeBobs, your fucking Gilbert the Grape. We don't need none of that shit in the planet anymore. No more Forrest Gumps, and no more. You understand? You're a degenerate. You survive off Wendy's food, and you develop the fucking worm and the larvae parasite you're gonna give birth to. You know what I'm saying? Comes out here into the world, fucking up people and stealing from the grandmas and goddamn shooting shit up for no reason. Yeah, this fucking stupid shit, man. We got stupid shit going, And then what else was said during that whole thing? She couldn't answer the question about the migrants because it is a problem that you could solve right now. You have created the problem. And that's what the Democrats do. Democrat thinking is weak. Democrat operation is weak, confusing. You have no plan. Anybody that says anything about a belief or a hope or optimism has no plan that they can execute and get to the Z point. Okay. And like they was asking Trump, well, do you have a plan? He's like, I'm not president. Why do I need to have a plan if I'm not even in a position to execute the plan? Do you understand how that works? Okay. So to understand that, real men say when they're wrong or when they have failed, and they will approach that situation and try to fix it or develop something else that can replace it. Okay, that's the bottom line to it. And I hope, there's nothing but real motherfuckers listening to me right now that will have the same form of, operation when it comes to a situation that they failed at. Just recognize that you failed. It's way better to say, hey, I failed. Knock the dust off your hands, go at it again, and do it in a different way. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's no great Zeus in the sky that's going to hit you with a lightning bolt. There's nobody's looking at you, and you're not important. Once you remove this space of I think I'm great and important shit, then you can get a lot more things done. A lot of people out here think that they're fucking important, and you've provided nothing. You've invented nothing. You've done nothing in existence. And you think that, you got some level of Marilyn Monroeism or JFKism to carry about yourself in front of the people. Nobody's looking at you. And you think somebody's looking at you, but you're not important. You know what I'm saying? I'm not important. The guy 720 is not important. You understand? And when I say that, I say, hey, just like I said, I didn't have a career before I started writing books. So now I have to attain a career title, and I'll do that by putting in the work, and then once you make yourself an author on a specific subject, you become the authority on the subject. You know what I'm saying? And through that, you will get accolades, you will make money, you will be revered in society as a person who is a specialist in that area. But you're not going to get it unless you earn it. You're not going to get it by looking good. You're not going to get it by putting on expensive cologne. You're not going to get it with gold teeth. And you're not going to get it with the sideshow bob dreads. Okay? Like, fuck all of that shit. People want to be so fucking defiant and don't even know what the levels of defiance really is. That's really so crazy. You want to be like 20% defiant, and think that's going to be good for you. If you're going to be defiant at 100%, you know what I'm saying? Just like what you see with Millennium DVDs. Millennium DVDs, these niggas was out here selling these DVDs for $20, $30, $40, $50 a pop. And when I ran into that situation and as many complaints that I was getting from everybody in the conscious community, I had to do something about it. And what I did was I found a source that gave me a lot of DVDs for free. I truly got a whole system built up, and now I got over 3,000 films of all the scholars that have passed away, and they are there at your availability for $5 a piece. So you can own the material and pass it down to your children. Because guess what? You don't own shit that you watch on YouTube unless you're recording it. You see? So I have an ownership mind. You have to own things, and then once you own it, you can, turn that into an heirloom for your children. You see what I'm saying? And that is how existence works. And we need to start somewhere. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's very, very embarrassing we're operating. And Kamala ain't finna do shit on it. See, you gonna keep your whack ass out the motherfucking White House. We don't want none of that fucking shit. You need a motherfucking spatula and an apron is what you need. You need to start there. Okay, because the niggas don't clean no collard greens in no motherfucking bathtub. We need to start there. You should have came out loud. You should have showed the American people some cleavage. You should have made things sexy, bitch. You didn't even have no sex deal on you. You lost your goddamn mind coming out here fucking around with America. Sit your ass down somewhere. It was an emergency replacement. Biden got to a point where everybody was watching the debate, and everybody clearly said, like Trump said last night, we got a president who doesn't even know he's alive. Goddamn. That was the motherfucking truth. We got a president who doesn't even know he's alive. You see what I'm saying? Up here making a goddamn ass of himself. And as soon as they said, oh man, the American people were supposed to be dead from the vaccination, they wasn't even supposed to be seeing the end of the Biden. The human makeup is a little bit too stronger. We underestimated it. What the fuck, man? We've underestimated the human strength. And now we got a bunch of conscious, intelligent people looking at Biden. And he's incoherent. He is decrepit. He is, he is a loser. You understand what I'm saying? And yeah, man. What I'd say about it, I've been saying that shit for years. It's a reality though that niggas don't want to face. Niggas just want to be, defiant. They want to be. They think that's some sign of defiance. But there's a whole medieval science behind that as well. And I might as well state it now. The science of having a lot of hair is called being the wild man. That is an entity that is in let me show you. That is a folkloric entity that is inside the medieval folklore. And what it is it represents the caveman of the woods. He is called the wild man. Okay. And you'll see him in paintings holding the stick. And when he holds the stick, he is representing violence. And Europeans externalized him into paintings so they could destroy him. You see, this is the wild man. See that? This is why you need to buy the books. See that? Those are circus performers from the 1860s right there that you see. And then the other is a painting. It's the wild man. Okay. Now what happens here is that when you look at white society today, who has long hair in white society? The wild men do. And who would that wild man be? Your rock and roll. So that would be your Axl Rose or your Steven Tyler and things of that nature. The Slash, even though Slash's mother is black. But anyways, rock and roll, guitarists, and performers have long hair. Those are the wild men. And the white man makes sure that the wild men get paid too. And then where else do you see it? You see it in wrestlers. Wrestlers have the long hair and they represent the status of being wild. So when you have long hair in front of white people, they automatically demote you to animal unless you can defeat that animal status with a large amount of finances. Okay. So right now, Lil Wayne is considered to be a wild man with his long dreads, but he defeat that with finances. Does he still get highly disrespected from Europeans? Yes, they do. And I'll tell you why all black people, it doesn't matter what level of finances you got, from the millions and gazillions of the Jay-Z and the Bill and Bill Cosby, you will be slaughtered and you will be treated like shit. And the reason being is because you don't have racial support and you have not shown true hatred and violence and revenge and vengeance. And all other races on this planet have showed and expressed vengeance, not only for themselves, but for their gods and their religions. And African Americans have yet to do that. Therefore, other races on this planet aren't going to respect them. You will not get respected in court. It doesn't matter about what type of lawyers you bring up in here and none of that shit. And that's why you'll never see a judge with long hair. You'll never see a police officer with long hair because they are in the status of being civil, and that is being a gentleman. Just like an author or a doctor are all classified as a gentleman, and a gentleman is the lowest tier on the British hierarchy system, where you have find counts and marquises and the dukes and the earls and all of those other ranks that are on the British hierarchy system. Do you understand? Okay, the last one is the gentleman. Okay, and that's why they call it a gentleman, because he is gentle and not wild and violent. He can approach things with gentleness that is required amongst many things. The woman needs to be approached with gentleness. Children has to be approached to with gentleness. So a man who is a father has to have gentlemanness encoded in him, and that's why when you work a prestigious title in society, anything that is of a salary or a career position, you got to sort of divide yourself from niggas, because niggas gonna get jealous. For the black male, that is a quasi stage of being a man in this dimension, and that is and that man status is earned by salary and have a career. And when you step into the real areas of doing that, you better leave them ghetto niggas alone, because they get extremely jealous. Especially after that age of 30, that 30 to 40-year-old space, niggas be crashing out everywhere because they don't know what the fuck they gonna do with their life, and everything is fucking confusing. It was different during the 80s and the 90s. A nigga could have worked at the steel plant. A nigga could have worked at the goddamn, you could have worked at the fucking, joined the military or some shit. You could have worked at the, the Cadillac company or whatever the case. And you had a situation where you were in a career for 10, 20 years and wasn't a problem. A lot of these things have failed, have collapsed. There's been great scandal that has shut down a lot of these different businesses, and niggas don't got no space to breathe. So when it comes to that 30 and 40 years old, you don't have anybody wearing wild man hair in between 30 to 40 years old and don't got the finances to show it or to battle that condition, or if they out here operating with gold teeth. Don't even waste your motherfucking time, my nigga. You understand here? Because it's a lack of development. There is going to be a glass ceiling, which these individuals are definitely have an intention to enforce everybody into jail, what they call tricking you off the streets. You know what I'm saying? Tricking you off the streets. Niggas want to start beefs with you, and these little petty beefs end into murders, and then you're gone into the penitentiary for 20, 30 years, and that nigga's dead, and he didn't really care about being alive because niggas don't know what to do when it comes to paying these bills, my friend. Niggas got a problem with paying them bills. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, tattoos on the face, that is great retard. You're not in the position of the great Mike Tyson to do that. Mike Tyson could put a tattoo on his face. He is a god in his right. You understand? Lil Wayne could put tattoos on his face, because he is the financial status of a god. But a lot of people think that they're so blind with thinking that this internet shit is real and thinking, oh, I can DM the Lil Wayne and I'm connected to this nigga. No, you're not. Your dough is not as long as him, and you have dedicated your life to a cycle of degeneracy. And 9 times out of 10, You will either devolve to hell if it is a real place, or you will come back here to this hell in existence to relive out what you were supposed to live out from the beginning, and you didn't do it. You dig what I'm saying? Because you thought all this other shit was important. And there's a lot of scary dynamics in this area because my sons aren't attracted to that stupid shit because they have their father here and they see their father do shit. You know what I'm saying? That was in the success realm. So they're not going to go out here and copy the fucking dumbass and copy the furry. You know what I'm saying? They be having furries in the school. And it's the Democrats that brought that bullshit in. It's the Democrats that signed in the homo world to America and to the rest of the planet. It was the fucking Obama and the fucking Kamala and all you weird ass niggas that's doing weird ass shit in your fucking households. And, you know, there's situations, nigga. You motherfuckers got weird shit going. Yeah, and I'm not, of course, I'm not talking to my audience. You know, this is me and my audience versus the world. Okay, look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what's out there. You must be prepared for anything that may come your way. You know what I'm saying? So you have to identify things. You know, and that is that's the basis of it. You have to identify shit, and I identify a lot of shit. You know, because I read. You can't identify shit if you can't read or if you don't study on the scenario and how it's being influenced into our socialism. And it's there in a lot of different ways. And I explain it. So, like I said, you purchase it now, $50 for the 3 volumes, and you get a free ebook of your choice. Okay. And that's what the system is right now. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you purchase any book, any physical book, and I got the Ethereal Law, the Real Nigga Etiquette, and the Black Man's Bible, you will receive a free ebook of your choice. Okay, so let's get into it. Yeah, so tattoos is a marking on the skin. You know, that's scarring the flesh. I don't like, I can't be fucking with no girl got a bunch of tattoos on her. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to buy a car that's scratched up, and I'm not going to buy a house that's spray painted on. So, it's really that simple. Mango, and scar wars. I mean, scars of war. You have to wear your scars, basically. And those scars are going to, they're permanent. So, having a little disfigurement on the skin is going to occur in the male dimension if you're doing work, if you're out there being involved. So because the females having tattoos, I'm good. And because the first thing about a tattoo, especially for women, is self-sabotage. That's the first sign that is, she's a self-sabotager. And then she also thinks that you're going to be attracted to her tattoos because tattoos are supposed to like subconsciously tell people that, oh, I can handle pain. Well, who gives a fuck if you can handle pain? Pain is not something that, is a mandate in this existence. You know what I'm saying? That's an option. A lot of things that people think is a mandate in this world is really an option. You don't have to do none of that fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do none of it. Fuck, but once you lose this whole thing of, the human has value and has something to say, like my nigga, you have to be, in an authoritative position to say it. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's all there is to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the homie, I don't even know if he's still listening, but the homie Crip Jesus is writing a book on the Native Americans. I can't say anything on the Native Americans. I know a couple of things here and there, but I haven't done in-depth research on that subject. And nor have I proven myself to be an authority in that area to say anything. So I shut the fuck up. I buy the book. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? You have to be in an authoritative position to listen, because to speak, because one thing about this native picture, man, is that natives will come around you and give all types of advice and have all types out the mouth, and they're not in the authoritative position to give any advice. They have no experience in the area. So, pulling the toilet paper out your ass don't mean shit to me. I ain't finna listen to that goddamn shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga. And people be seeing it on my face too. Niggas be like, oh man, you should do this, you should do that. I'm like, bro, have you done it? I mean, shut the fuck up then, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, like I'm not hearing you, unless, you have a position to prove that you can speak in that area. A nigga who works as a trash man can't say shit to a nigga who's a heart surgeon. Like, why is it so hard for people to get this shit? What you think and what you feel don't mean a goddamn thing, nigga. What to prove? That's the point. What can you fucking prove? And a lot of people have a problem with proof because then it removes it. Look, this world is based off of you're gonna have to put in the work whether you like it or not. The brother said here, having children is an option, not a mandate. Yes, that is very, 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 very true. And but what that shows, let me talk about what it shows, because having children is a difficult space. Okay, so what it does show is that you may be inadequate in the biological area, you may be inadequate in your social area, you may have weird sexual situations going on with you that may have stopped you from having children because you're committing the backwards act. So it is true that having children is an option and not a mandate, but you have to watch out how people may read that. That you don't have children at a specific age, you are at a malfunction. You did not achieve, because see, the world is based on, human life is based on achievements, you see. So, even me, sometimes I get down and out and I'll go look up, my books online. And when I look up my books online and see people got them up there priced at $500, $1,000 and shit, I have achievements that make me feel boost my mood back up. You see what I'm saying? So having a child is a biological achievement, and that you have also made sure that the human race continues. So there's a lot of deep unconscious layers you're fucking around with not having children. Yeah. And also that, and that's just the children nowadays. Back in the 60s and the 50s and so on, if you didn't have a family and couldn't maintain a family and couldn't stick with it and stick with your mate and take things all the way to the end, and y'all can laugh together and cry together and make a bond solid, it's looked at as weird. We don't look at it as weird nowadays because we have all these other social things that are interrupting how we operate with each other. We got all this social media bullshit and all this other dumbass shit interrupting female operating communication. Hey, it was family. Now it's just children. And I remember last time I was in the hospital when my child was born, they didn't even ask who the daddy was. They just went straight to, well, what you gonna name the child? I was standing right there and I saw that. I was like, she ain't naming shit. Fuck you talking about? I named my children. She is the incubator, nigga. And both of my sons are named after what I stated to me. Their names are Matt and Hannibal. You ain't getting no implication in this shit. Fuck you talking about? Yes, this is very true. If you don't have the finances for children, but then again, I do have to give credence to the woman's magic system where they say, oh, the world's going to take care of them. Yeah, until they start growing hair on their chin, nigga, until they 15, 16. Yeah, the world will take care of them. There is some weird mystical system where babies do get provided for. You know what I'm saying? But but if it's not in the guys that you want, especially with our heads being overthrown with large finances, because when we were kids, like I was talking with my homie today, when we were kids, we didn't know nothing about no Rolls Royces, and we wasn't hearing no numbers like no 100 million and shit. And that shit is being taught to people and told to people now, and especially the younger generation. So the expectations are going to be greater on what you can provide, and it's really based upon how much you love, and how you define love as well, because every single household in America has a different definition of love, and that is one reason why we're all offshoot, is because our understanding of love isn't coming from similar spaces with a base root operation, and that's what we see in the movies and what we see in and what we hear in the music. You know what I'm saying? So that is the influencers, and not only that, from what you see with your parents. Parents ought to be affectionate with each other in front of the children and things of that nature. But before we don't bite onto it, and everybody has their complaints and wants to make up their excuses on why they don't do some shit. You know what I'm saying? So let me get to it. I got to make some moves up in here. Y'all like, y'all subscribe, y'all share, y'all buy the books, you donate, because I'm the last man standing. I was the alpha in the beginning. I'm the last man standing, the omega in the end. You understand? So y'all get at me, man. If y'all you got a question, you better pop it up now. And if you got a certain song that you want to hear, you better state it now. And don't state that song Stay Alive. Then everybody want to say the same fucking song, and we're not doing that. Yeah, it's a lot of people with the biological ability to have children don't have the financial status to take care of. Yeah, it's a lot of that shit. Appreciate the super stickers. Y'all don't do the super stickers. Try to send it directly to my Cash App. Remember, we play this game going straight from A to Z, because the people, the system in between, we put allowing you to be in between the finances. Hero for Hire. Okay, I'll play that track. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a lot of up and down, topsy-turvy situations going on. It's a lot of people who have the biological ability to have children, but have the financial, who don't have the biological ability, but have the financial. Yeah, it's a topsy-turvy world, bro. It is a very topsy-turvy world. There is a way to, I don't know, biology is weird. People are weird. There's microplastics, people breathing in the fucking, the chemtrails, and humans are being altered in a lot of different ways. Okay, I'll play This Is for the City and Hero for Hire. So that's what it is. I appreciate everything. I definitely appreciate y'all chilling with me today. I appreciate y'all in the comments. I don't want anybody to feel offended about, the masculinity I distribute through the the YouTube and thing. People get offended and shit, and it's like, nigga, you tried to destroy men. Like, what the fuck? You thought there wasn't gonna be no get back from that, nigga? You lost your goddamn mind. I know a lot of other bitch ass niggas signed up with the program. Say, oh, I'll put on some skinny jeans for you. Okay, missus, I'll buy your OnlyFans. Bitch ass nigga. I'm not going down that route. Fuck you and fuck that. You understand what I'm saying? So I appreciate the pretty ladies that's in the house watching the videos. So yeah, we're gonna make a move on it. We got 2 songs to play here. Y'all buy the books, man. They're disappearing. You understand? And you need them for your family. I got the horsepower in my darkest hour. Yeah, well, we only played 2 songs at the end, and they were already requested. So, yeah, dude's been a fan for a long time. So, like I said, I appreciate y'all here. Tomorrow, 2:00, we're gonna do it again. Video on words. So we might do that tomorrow. Depends on how I feel, because I almost didn't get up here to do this one today. So it depends on where I'm at. But yeah, I'm up out here, man. I definitely appreciate y'all showing up. Okay, let me go ahead and put it together. All right. Peace. Let me see here. There we go.
Luke Cage, Lucifer's Rage, Don't you remember the days we was on the same page? Now we graduated from the 12 gauge to AK. We looking for who's paid. Give a fuck about how it's made. Send that bitch to the blade. Send that stitch to the grave. I am not switching my ways. This is OG Fossil Colossal from Las Vegas to Chicago. My with exotic models. Spend a couple racks, diamond knuckles on the bottle, nigga. Go figure. They wanna talk shit, but that South bitch won't step inside my office. We ain't taking no losses. The crosses, rosary beads. Godfather, you niggas don't know about me. I've kept it OG from the fucking start. This ain't in candy paint. Put a flame to your heart. Lasers follow these bullets as they glow in the dark. Life's a Shakespeare stage, and I'm just playing my part. We are displaying the art. Nigga, how about you? Niggas clout chase like that bullshit's a plate of food. This is the state of the rude. Niggas DOA over he say, she say. Life ain't no replay or a tape to rewind. This is double level. What the fuck is demon time? We shine on this grind just like wisdom teeth. The God's ism is deep. An Egyptian priest that mob in a Lambo on beast, dressed in a camel with a piece. The animal beast and don't believe in defeat. And we will never retreat. Say it again. Make them kiss the feet, then put two in the wind. For the 7 deadly sins, them boys got thick skin. They be knee deep in. He's a hero for hire. Check the date if used by. It is never expired. Never seen a real nigga that got to retire. Ride out of this pyramid on 4 flat tires. What does the game require? You brag about your money. You do that shit on these streets. You'll be a crash test dummy. We ski mask when we hungry. Surgery for the ugly. No need for mean mugging. This supreme clean thugging. PLR 16 with a green bean dumping. Only cause you staring at me like I'm owing you something. Niggas get pissed and then they post it on their page. This is Lucifer's Rage and my name is Luke Cage.
Yeah, you know how we do. This is for the city. Knuckles, ashy, and gritty. Hey, when the homie get out? Nigga, pass the blunt. This is for the city. Knuckles. Yeah, you know how we do. This is for the city. Knuckles, ashy, and gritty. Hey, when the homie get out? Nigga, pass the blunt. This is for the city. Knuckles, ashy, and gritty. Hey, what is hitting for, nigga? You already know what it is. This is for the city. Knuckles, ashy, and gritty. There them niggas go right there, nigga. This is for the city. Knuckles, ashy, and gritty. It's only them game losers that's gossiping them lame rumors. It'll get your brain tumors. Remove with my gray Ruger. I nickname her Baby Boomer. My frequency tuner. Walkie-talkie, the platoon, the maneuver. With some baddie cougars. I'm the Jaguar priest. Louboutin, Sasquatch feet. We smash on beef. Big body dunk when we pass your street. And please don't be the last to speak. You want smoke? We make it funky just like some rotten meat. They got to tweet about what they see. Ball bearers 1990 OG.
G's that didn't switch up and didn't give no fit up. Still sipping on that hiccup until I get some bitters. I gotta get it out the mud, a nigga cannot get stuck. We thuggin' for a come up, just like Ruthless. But the truth is, we don't fuck with no stupid and no dope. Find a baddie that wanna elope and keep her pretty ass broke. Welcome to Saga City, a clique of imams and popes.
This is for the city, knuckles, ashy, and gritty. Shit, nigga just posted.
Well, nigga, let's make a move, nigga.
This is for the city, knuckles, ashy, and gritty. Hey, watch for that car right there.
Yeah, them niggas about to make a U-turn.
This is for the city, knuckles, ashy, and gritty. I'ma air them out if they come back around here.
Man, I'm just trying to get
some for the city, knuckles, ashy, and gritty.
Yeah, stay on top.
I pity the fool who think he rules the few, or assumes they a crew with my crew pursues. An old school nigga tucking these new tools, so it's the same old shit fucking with these new fools. This is for the cities, yeah right. I was out with that bitch on every night. I can see it in the stare, niggas got the same flair like a dragon, sagging, walking alright a passage, yeah, for the city, specifically the west side, gave me my pride, now I walk with my chest wide, from the sea to the biddy, it's an exercise, don't wanna scrimmage with them niggas that'll test the tribe, fed to set bloodshed, God bless who died, only the best ride, now we let the tester slide. The spoils of war, a nigga blessed with mine. For those loyal before, the rest testify.
This is for the city. Y'all niggas get y'all money out here, man. Ain't nothing else to do. Get your paper up.
This is for the city. Knuckles, ashy, and gritty. Niggas better watch out, this ain't no motherfucking game.
Nigga, I got mines on me.
This is for the city. Knuckles, ashy, and gritty.
Niggas always set tripping.
This is for the city. Knuckles, ashy, and gritty.
Nigga, I'm just trying to chill, man. Where the hoes at, nigga? Y'all niggas always on this dumb ass shit.